your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like. It's your fancy. You can have it any way you want. Your fancy. You can have anything you like.
Get ready for the total solar eclipse in the sign of Leo the Lion on August 21st, 2017. This is again occurring in the sign of Leo the Lion, and the sun rules the sign of Leo. So this is during a new moon in Leo, so you're going to have to know where your own sun and moon sign are to find out how this natural fifth house event is going to affect you. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to contact me, you can visit my website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com, where we provide you with all the information necessary on how you can obtain our spiritual consultations, psychic astrology, Rosicrucian Kabbalah, as well as classes and upcoming seminars. We teach seminars and classes in things like Merkaba, practical magic, high ceremonial magic, tarot, runestones, all kinds of things. And we teach Kabbalah as well. Now, the transit of the sun will angle a swath across the U.S. and the totality will be visible in the United States from Pacific Northwest down into Kentucky and down into that southern area, Kentucky, Georgia, down into that area. This is during the solar eclipse event in the natural fifth house of children and creative projects, because the sign of Leo is akin to the natural fifth house of children and creativity, or your creative projects, or your children's and grandkids' creative projects as well. You're going to need to know where your moon sign resides, as well as where your sun sign dwells. This is especially important because the moon rules the fourth house of kitchen, home, and family, whereas both the sun as well as Leo contain fifth house qualities. Family, home, and family group gatherings will take precedence over individuals within families. Rather than putting yourself or your family first, it will be important to find where you fit in to family establishments, being sure that you do your part. So it's not just about only you, or just about only one family member, or just about only one family. It's about how individuals or individual groups fit into larger groups and larger societies. That's what it's going to be about. That's what's going to be important. So you got to, again, figure out how you're going to do your part, how you fit in, how you can help be part of a working mechanism. But it's not a machine. It's more of an organism. It's alive. The earth is alive. The galaxy, the universe is alive. It's a living organism. You need to be a living, breathing part of that. If you're an asset to your family members, taking good care of hearth and home, you're going to do very well during this event. But you must find out the sun and moon signs of yourself and your loved ones. And this is vitally important. We have life astrology charts available. We have yearly astrology charts or monthly astrology charts. We also do many astrology workups. They're also available. And, of course, the prices vary according to how long the chart is. So some, are more involved and some are less involved. But you do at least need to get some kind of mini workup done so you know what to expect. Because, again, the sun rules Leo. Now, the sun and Leo are associated with fifth house. That's children, creativity, creative projects. And the moon rules Cancer, and that's the fourth house attributes. And even if you don't have any planets in the sign of Cancer, the crab, still the moon, being the ruler of that sign, is going to be affecting strongly your fourth house of kitchen, home, and family. Okay, so that's why the fourth house, natural fourth house, akin to the moon, and that's the natural fourth house attributes. That's why that's important. And it's going to be extremely interesting for you to find that out for yourself. Leo's ruling planet, again, is the sun. Now, the gemstones used for that, if you want to get into gemstone magic, is sunstone, citrine, ruby, amber, red garnet, and yellow tiger's eye. And these are the precious stones used to align oneself with the energies of the planetary angel Michael, or Michael, who is assigned to the planet Sol in Kabbalah. Since this angel applies varying levels of correction towards what I like to call an individual's ego matrix or personality matrix. And that is the very definition of Hasatan, which means the adversary. It's the physical versus the spirit. Archangel Michael fortifies the soul, feeding it from the seeds of philosophical gold, made abundant through daily and moment-by-moment crucifixion of the what? The ego. It's important to remember that introversion, bashfulness, and shyness are constriction of the light. And this type of personality restriction is therefore the largest expression of one's own ego, because it implies that people are observing you, when in reality they are actually only looking at whom? And they're thinking about whom? That's right, they're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about and fretting about themselves. Therefore, be very mindful of your own inner soul power, SOL, that's the sun, when utilizing these potent gemstones in unison with each other. The archangel of the sun, who is Michael, commanded by God in Daniel chapter 12, verse 1-3 in the Dewey Rheims Bible, but at that time shall Michael rise up, the great prince who standeth for the children of thy people. And a time shall come such as never was from the time that nations began even until that time. And at that time shall thy people be saved, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of those that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some unto life everlasting, and others unto reproach, to see it always. But they that are learned shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that instruct many to justice as stars for all eternity. The sun is known as the attribute of God the Son, found in John 1:4 in the Dewey Rheims Bible. That's the first chapter of John, and that's verse 4 in the Dewey Rheims Bible. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. Now, regarding the moon, because the solar eclipse is a new moon, so the moon is there, but it's a new moon. The moon rules natural fourth house attributes. Moonstones or pearls are the precious stones used to align oneself with the energies of the planetary angel Gabriel, who is assigned to the ancient planet Luna in Kabbalah, who bestows powerful emotions which come from the heart, more powerful than any logic of the mind, who, like all angelic beings, provide the human creature with varying levels of compassion, mercy, consideration, leniency, correction, and severity. So be very mindful of your own power when utilizing these potent gemstones in unison with each other. Gabriel is planetary archangel of the moon in Kabbalah, acclaimed in all Abrahamic faiths. In the prophecy of Daniel, chapter 8, verses 15-16 in the Dewey Rheims Bible, it reads, "And it came to pass when I, Daniel, saw the vision and sought the meaning, that behold, there stood before me, as it were, the appearance of a man, and I heard the voice of a man between Ulai, and he called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision." Then the prophet Daniel continues in chapter 9, verses 21-22 of the Dewey Rheims Bible, "As I was yet speaking in prayer, behold, the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning, flying swiftly, touched me at the time of the evening sacrifice, and he instructed me and spoke to me and said, O Daniel, I am now come forth to teach thee, and that thou mightest understand." Archangel Gabriel is also mentioned in the New Testament. We read in St. Luke's Gospel, chapter 1, verse 26 of the Dewey Rheims Bible, "And in the 6th month the angel Gabriel was sent from God into a city of Galilee called Nazareth. In 1 Enoch, we read in chapter 9, verses 1 to 3, and then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being wrought upon the earth. And they said one to another, the earth made without inhabitant cries the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men, make their suit, saying, bring our cause before the Most High. The moon is known as the attribute of God, the mother, found in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 26 of the Douay Rheims Bible, and the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days in the day when the Lord shall bind up the wound of his people, and shall heal the stroke of their wound. This scripture from the book of Isaiah is actually the giveaway of the secret to deciphering the Torah code by getting rid of the spaces between the letters, which are also numbers, giving rise to the way to accomplish the great work of immortality. There are many podcasts and videos and books about the Torah code, the codes in the Bible. So please be sure that you read some of these wonderful books and watch some of these wonderful videos and listen to some of these great podcasts on this subject. I believe the book called, if memory serves, many moons ago I read a book called The Bible Code, I believe it was called, and I think it was by Michael Drosnin, I believe was the name of the author. Very good book. Again, I read this many moons ago, and today there's many videos about Torah codes and people specializing in this, but it's very important to understand. Disclaimers in order here. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Information found in this document is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and join us again soon.